Good morning, everybody. Great to see lots of familiar faces this morning. Chris, Scott, two Scotts this morning. I have the honor of two Scotts.
Good morning.
So we're going to get started here in the next couple of minutes. I'm going to lay down some ground rules just to keep this call running smoothly, because I have a call with my Lean on Laurel students butted up against this one, and I want a little bit of a break. And so if you want me to troubleshoot your ads, be prepared to discuss numbers that were laid out in the troubleshooting training. That was the homework to come to this call, having watched that. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in the order of the chat comments, okay? So if you'd like an ad audit this morning, type into the chat hashtag ad audit. And then what I want you to do is I want you to type it in this using this template. The type of funnel I'm running is blank. According to the troubleshooting training, the part of my ad that's not working is blank. The part about fixing the ad I need help with is blank. Okay, so if you would like an ad audit, let's use this format. And like I said, I'm going to close submissions here at 8:05. So make sure that you get, if you have any questions or if you want me to look at an ad, make sure that you submit that. Now, if we have time, I'll answer some general questions. And so if you just have a general question, just type hashtag question and then just insert your question. Keep things super, super easy this morning. Make sure you're inserting your question too, not just hashtag question. I'm gonna let people in because that's why I like to start at 8:05, because it's never easy trying to let people in and go through things at the same time. Awesome. Got some questions this morning. So just a reminder, if you want me to look at an ad, hashtag ad audit, and then fill out the form here in the chat. And if you just have a general question, and I'm cutting off submissions at 8:05. So if your question isn't in that box by 8:05, it doesn't get answered. Got a small group today, so definitely have time to answer everyone's questions for sure. We have about 2 minutes, guys. So if you have anything, either ad audit or general question, just submit into the chat. I'm going to be going in the order of chat. So far, we've got Liz, and I know Scott's probably typing his question as well. Scott says next week, letting the ads run. Good. Cool. Yeah, no worries. Joanne's just starting out, no questions. At least you guys can see, like, kind of, you know, for those of you guys who've never been here, just kind of like the format. We keep things super organized, as you guys could probably tell by the rules in the program, but it ensures that the people who follow directions get help, right? Cool, got a good one, Chris. That's a good one. Yeah, if you haven't gone through the troubleshooting training, definitely go through that, because it's laid out pretty clear. And the reason that I have people go through the troubleshooting training is because it helps you guys identify what is actually wrong with your ad. That way, when you come to this call, you already know what's wrong with your ad, and then you get me as a high level strategist to actually help you fix things. And because it's really easy to spot when things are wrong with ads, and I have like the framework for that. So that's the reason why I always have people do the troubleshooting training, because oftentimes it's not me telling you what's wrong with the ad that's going to help you. It's the advice that's going to come from knowing exactly what's wrong with your ad. And so if I can train you guys to come to the calls already knowing and being able to identify like what's wrong with your ad, then even after you leave this program, right, you're going to have the confidence to be able to launch ads, know every number that you need in order to see, and be confident to try things. That's what I want to get you guys to do, is comfortable using the ads manager and just knowing, hey, once I launch this ad, I'm going to look for these 3 things. And if this ad doesn't hit these 3 things, I turn it off, right? So make sure, I'm about to cut off question submission. So if you haven't gotten your question yet, I don't think we have any ad audits today. So I'm just going to kick things off with Liz. You have a general question. She says, I'm running my first ads and having issues with the pixel. I'd love to have you take a quick look. Absolutely. What's going on with your pixel?
Hey, Laurel. Sorry, I'm trying to get set up here and my
no worries.
computer is like kind of frozen right now, so I can't even like get back into the Zoom to turn my camera on. You can hear me though.
I can hear you, yes.
Okay, so all right. So I will confess, I have been a member for like a year and a half, and I've just been sort of lurking and listening in, not ready to do anything. And I have embarrassingly not taken any of the trainings yet, other than showing up and listening to you. But I was like panicking about this event I have coming up, and I threw together an ad without knowing what I was doing.
Okay.
And so
did you follow the training for the event, for doing an event?
I just haven't looked at your trainings yet, so I need to know what trainings to look at. But the main issue, the main issue that I'm having, that I was hoping to have you look at if I can get a screen share, is that it is having an issue with the pixel, and it's actually showing me that I have like, it's like I have 2 pixels set up in my ad account, and one of them is on a personal, like my personal profile, and one of them is on my business profile. And this one is only showing the one for my personal profile, and it's saying that there's a problem with it, and I can't figure out how to get it on the correct pixel.
Okay. What is the error that's showing?
Okay, let me see if I can, again, I'm so sorry. My computer is like frozen, and I'm actually on the ad screen, and I'm trying to scroll down and see.
It always happens at the most inconvenient time.
I know, what the heck? And I was thinking like, okay, maybe I'll go at the end and I'll have time to figure this out or restart. And that might be what I have to do, because it's actually
absolutely.
not...
Let's go ahead and get you restarted. And then that way
Okay.
I can go to the next person, and then we'll pop up, because there's no way I'll be able to help you without seeing what's going on.
I know. Okay, I'm going to log off, and I will, I'll let you know when I'm back in, but thank you for your patience.
Oh my gosh, of course, Liz, trust me. I have my share of problems on coaching calls all the time, so it's not an issue.
All right, perfect. Thanks, Laurel.
Yeah. Mr. Scott, a good question, actually. My power content didn't make the cut of $1 per 100% video view. How many impressions did you have for that?
I did the 5,000, I think, that you recommended.
Okay. Is the problem that it didn't make it to the $1 per 100% video view? It was fine with the through play?
The through play, so there's 2 power content ads, and both of them were under 15%. One was at 8 and the other was like at 13.
Okay. So what do you mean percent? Like watched, or I'm not understanding those numbers.
The through play rate was 8 and 13%.
Okay, but what was the cost per through play?
The cost through, meaning for 100%?
No, for through play is only 15-second video views.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so you're going to see something called through play in your ads manager, and you want that to be 15 cents per through play or less.
Gotcha. Jumping in right now.
Yep.
And I actually have a situation similar to the woman that was just asking about. I got the same notification about pixels, and I created a new pixel that I successfully was able to put into a traffic ad, but it doesn't load in a conversion ad. I don't know if there's anything that can be done about that.
Yeah, if it's not loading, you might not have connected it to your ad account. You might have created the pixel, but you didn't connect it to that ad account. If you want to share your screen, I can walk you through that real quick.
Sure. Oops. All right. I'm in the wrong So per your advice, I'm in my business manager.
Mm-hmm. So what you're going to want to do is go to that little gear at the bottom. And then go down on the left-hand side, you'll see something called data sources. And then type, pixels. And which pixel do you want to connect to which ad account?
So this is the new pixel that I created.
Okay. Go to connected assets.
Um,
Right below that, connected assets.
oh, gotcha. Sorry.
And is your ad account connected? Is it listed here that you want to connect it to?
I've been operating just right out of the business settings.
Right, but is this the ad account that it's not showing up on?
This, well, again, it's showing up on a traffic. It did load up to a traffic ad, but it didn't. The conversion, it didn't. An older pixel uploaded for the conversion ad, and there's no way to toggle it to.
Right, but is this the ad account that you're trying to?
Yes.
That's what I'm asking. Is this
Yep.
the okay? Cool. So let's go. So let's go into the ad set that you're trying.
So over here.
Mm-hmm. So traffic ads don't use the pixel at all.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a conversions use the pixel.
Okay, so do I this I haven't been using this ad account. I've been doing everything out of the
I do see though that you just switched business managers.
yes.
Is the pixel loaded in this business manager?
Yes.
Okay, just want to make sure.
So I'm sorry, where do I go next?
Cool. You're just going to go to the ad where the error is showing up.
Oh, okay. I don't know why it just disappeared. It does
It's
this.
there.
This is the traffic ad. It's the conversion ad that's actually the problem.
Oh,
So give me just one second. This usually fixes it.
yep. So that's the issue right there. You see, you told me that it was connected to that ad account, but you're not using that ad account. So you don't have that pixel connected to this ad account.
Okay, so how?
Yep. So go back to the gear. See, that's why I was like trying to confirm. I was like, is this the ad account that you're trying to use?
Okay.
Yep. And then go back to data sources pixel. Yep. And then connected assets. Yep. And then just click add assets right there. It doesn't look like this ad account is added. Do you have everything set up in this business manager or no?
I thought so, but
Okay, so cancel out of that because it looks like you don't have that ad account added here. So go onto the left side of the screen. Yep, and scroll up to ad accounts. Yep, you have to go and add that ad account to this business manager.
so is that add people or
Add ad account. And then request ad access. Yeah, you could either do that or request access to an ad account. But that's the issue.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. Easy peasy. So let's get back to the original question. You said my power content didn't make the cut $1 per 100% video view. If I reshoot the videos and reload, will I lose my comments and reactions? Yes.
Okay.
Anytime that we change anything, like whether it's the headline, anytime we're editing, Facebook will assign a new ad ID.
Gotcha.
So if you launch it, you'll lose social proof. But my question to you is, how far into the videos are they getting? Do you know what part of the video you need to change in order to improve?
Yeah, well, there's a significant drop off at 25%, and then
Oh, okay.
less significant at 50 and 75.
Okay. Yeah. So if we're having issues getting them to that first 25% video view, we have to make sure two things, right? We have to, one, make sure that we got through our humble brag fast enough. Did we talk about ourselves a little bit too much? Two, did we get to the content that people were watching the video? And also, is it good content? Are we sending people to content that's just, mediocre? So those are kind of the three things. So I just wanted to make sure that you knew. It sounds like you do, like
Yeah,
exactly what to fix and how to switch those out.
those are my first attempts. So just one final question. Should I just create new power content ads and turn off the old ones, or should I reload the video to the current ad?
I never ever, and you guys are going to hear me say this, and I never get tired of saying this because it's super important. Don't ever replace any ads, even if you have a typo. Always duplicate, because sometimes the original ad with the typo does better than the original. So we always want to never ever replace any ads. We always want to duplicate and reload the new one in the duplicated ad set or the duplicated ad.
Fantastic. Super advice.
Some great freaking questions, because I know, and thank you for sharing the pixel issue, because like I bet you just me walking you through that process is going to help someone who's going to watch this later and be like, oh, that's what's up with my pixel.
Gotcha. Thanks so much, Laurel.
Yeah, of course. Mr. Chris. Great to see you, Chris.
Hey, great to
Let's
see you too.
You are running your first ad campaign using the layered audience technique. I have around 9,000 total impressions. Should I start doing my warm traffic now? My cost per through play is less than 15 cents and 100% through play is around $2. So 100% through play, are you meaning like 100% video view?
Correct.
I just don't want you guys to get
meant.
mixed up, because some people think through play means like the entire, like a through play is only 15 cents of the video. The first 15 seconds of the video is considered a through play. So 9,000 impressions, but how many people are in that custom audience that you want to send traffic to?
So it's actually a cold audience that I'm sending it to. I copied, I did a little lazy kind of technique. I copied your audiences from the training. So I put it with my ad sets. I did 3 different ad sets, and my overall purpose is to get more discovery calls for my SWAS agency.
Okay.
So that's why I'm like, I'm not sure if I should just start doing like the training landing page yet, or should I just switch out the power content, because I'm getting like 9 people at 95, 9 people at 100, but I've spent so far for like the ad set, for instance, 20 for that one ad is $21.48.
Mm-hmm. So what is the ultimate goal? Like what is your ultimate goal, like your ultimate strategy?
I want to do the ping pong strategy that you've mentioned before, to go get more discovery calls.
Okay. So the ping pong strategy. So what is your cheat sheet or your resource that you're giving away in your power content?
So I'm letting them know to go grab my way of profit roadmap. So it's pretty much like a layout of the steps they would have to take to double of their revenue in 90 days. It's like a very detailed little cheat sheet that they can get, and then I also do like a little video, like a little loom, and then I just like demo like what the process is.
Okay. So how many comments have you had on your ads to get for that cheat sheet?
0, unfortunately. I've had organic. I had luck with organic, but not
Okay.
with the ads yet.
Why don't we go ahead and pull up the ad and just take a look at it, and if I can see if there's anything, because
Sure.
Again, if people aren't raising their hand for it, I want to make sure that the language that you use, the messaging, is strong enough for people to raise their hand and say, yes, I want that.
Got it. Cool. So I'm gonna pull up the ad right here. It's my ad manager.
Yeah, your video views aren't bad. I don't hate it so far. Your reach is 1,400. It's trending in the right direction, it looks like.
Got it. All right. So you just want the video?
Mm-hmm.
All right. That's weird. It's just showing me an error right now. Story unavailable.
Are you running these as story ads, or are you running these as?
I'm running these on the news feed.
Okay, because it says the story ad preview is unavailable. So are you sure you're only running newsfeed ad?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. pretty sure like 100. Yeah, manual, and then Facebook.
Okay. Facebook is just wigging out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so go back to your ad. And then do share at the top, and then Facebook post with comments.
And just play it.
So no, I don't need to play it. I'm not even watching the video. Like I'm looking for the ad copy.
Oh, okay. Let me put that up.
Yeah. In my opinion, I think you have way too much copy. So the purpose of power content, right? Because this looks like an ad, right? So the purpose of power content is to not look like an ad. The purpose of power content is to, one, get them. So there's a couple of steps. So power content in itself is a funnel. So if we look at our power content as a funnel, the copy for our power content, it has one job. I'm gonna pick on Scott, my Lean on Laurel Scott student at the top. Scott, what is the one job of the piece of power content copy? What do we want it to do? Why do we keep it short and sweet?
I just want them to click on the button, learn more.
Well, that's close.
I want to attract them.
We want to entice them to do nothing but watch that video.
Right.
Well, that's the first step of the first step of the video funnel is we want to keep it headline, promise of value, and keep our CTA. That's all we want in that ad copy, because the only purpose is, right, we either want them to comment, because here's what's going to happen. People are just going to see the comment below for this free thing, and some people are going to comment. Other people are going to see that headline and they're going to watch the video. The video's job is to get them to take that next step. So the only purpose of our power content text copy is to get them to watch the video. If they have this long list of things to read, there's no reason for them to watch the video, because you've given it to them in text form.
Got it. Okay, that makes total sense. That makes a lot of sense. So they're probably like reading the text and they're like, I don't even need to watch this. They gave me the Sparks Note version.
Exactly. And then it has like, okay, cool. Like it just reads like you're going to sell them something.
Got it. Okay. So yeah, I'll definitely go ahead and well, should I still keep the ad? Just it won't affect it if I change the copy, right?
Or, correct. Like, yeah, it'll still, and you don't have any comments. So another thing, here's a little hack that I do like with my Lean on Laurel students. I tell them to go to their best 3 students or followers or clients and say, hey, can you go and comment on this ad for me?
Okay.
Get them to raise their hand, because what's going to happen is people who don't know you are going to be like, wait, what are all these people saying? I want that. I want that. I want that. Then it's going to cause curiosity for them to read. Oh, because remember, we want headline, promise of value, CTA in the text copy. And so other people are going to start, because no one ever wants to be first, right?
Yeah.
Like when they see it, like, and so it's gonna have that compound effect. So if we can get people who are going to say something nice about us on our ads, like that's why my ads, like a lot of times, do really well. I run them to warm traffic first so that I can get the social proof before launching to cold. But some of you guys might not have warm traffic, and y'all don't want to, wait to run it to warm traffic. I just have a huge audience now. I can do that. But in the very beginning, I would just grab like 10 of my best students who had posted in the group, like in the $7 program, and say, hey, can you go write something nice on this ad? Like, what is the most valuable thing you've gotten out of the program so far? And probably you guys are smiling right now because you guys probably read those comments before joining the program. Like reading all the comments probably was the reason you joined the program, right? Yeah. Sometimes the comments do a better sell than the actual ad itself.
Cool. Awesome. That was definitely very helpful. That I'm gonna definitely change up the copy, and then potentially even just like, not potentially, but definitely work on my other power content videos, because I'm really excited.
Yeah, absolutely. And so something else that you can try, Chris, and this goes for everyone, I always split test these banner videos with a more organic looking video.
Oh, okay. That
I
makes a
split
lot of
test.
sense.
Sometimes the ones that look more organic do better because they look less like an ad, but sometimes these do a better job of, you know, getting a higher CTR all.
Okay.
So I just always test both.
All right. Awesome. So I'll go ahead and do that. Thank you so much once again. That was very, very helpful.
Oh my gosh, of course. That's what these calls are for, man. Like, you guys asked some really good questions today. Like, I'm gonna make sure everyone watches this today because this is really good. So Kuram, am I saying your name right? Kuram?
Yeah, Horam. Yeah,
Kuram.
that's fine. Yeah.
Okay. I just want to,
Yeah.
I have a thing with, I want to make sure I'm saying all y'all's names right. You have a client that he has $2,500 offer, just want a strategy and ads. Have you watched the 3 missions video?
I think no.
Okay. So you're going to want to start in the home section of the program. You're going to want to watch the reverse organic strategy. That's going to be,
Okay.
your lead into the 3 missions training. And that's going to walk you through what strategy you need to follow.
Okay. So one thing that I
or is
want.
it that he doesn't, or because I want to make sure, like, does he have a funnel already or no?
Yes, he have a funnel.
Okay, cool. The
So-
3 missions is gonna point you in the right
Yeah,
direction.
one thing one more thing I need advice from you. He have a bunch of things that he want to sell. So he have a 2,500 high ticket program, and he also have a physical book, and one is a digital book. So I
Okay.
recommend him to start with the digital book first, and for the physical book, you can use like a free shipping and handy costing, and then you push them your client to your high ticket program. So
So it's a digital book, and then it goes to a $2,500 offer,
yes,
and it's free.
no, it's the book has $24.
I don't think that's the right funnel to get hit. Does he need cash flow, or is he ready to scale?
So uh, so he start with the freebie. Is
Uh-huh.
it better? Yeah, for capturing a lead magnet, to capture the leads.
So, and I explained this in like the training, I don't advise starting with a low ticket offer, but the ultimate, you have to figure this out, right? And this is good for everybody to know. So whenever we're building a funnel, we have to be very mindful. Are we building a sales funnel, or are we building a marketing funnel? A lot of times I get coaches who come into the program and they're like, my lead magnet is getting me a lot of leads, but I'm not making any sales. And I'm like, well, if you've built a marketing funnel, the time that it takes for people to go that and nurture it is going to take a lot longer than people who build sales funnels. A lot of times people are like, well, should I do an ebook? Should I do a webinar? Well, if you're building a sales funnel, you want to build either a VSL funnel or a mini webinar funnel, because that's going to attract people who are ready to buy, right? And so that's the reason that that's the first question I ask is your client looking for cash flow, or is your client ready to scale? When you're ready to scale, that's where you build the low ticket offers, or you build a lead magnet, right? Because you're going for volume, not necessarily sales. So that's where a lot of people like totally build the wrong funnel. Like Joe, like she just asked, how do we know which funnel to start with? Do you want sales, or do you want to nurture people? That's how we know.
Okay. So thank you very much, Lauren, and it's a pleasure to be a part of your community. You are sharing such a valuable knowledge and your experience that's have no words for all these your experience. So right now it's a time to fasting here. So I am just leaving, and thank you very much for your answers my questions.
Oh, of course. I wanted to make sure I did answer your questions. And, you know, I'll sum up his thing with this is it's not my job to tell you guys what to do, right? I know a lot of you guys are like, wait, what? Like what I see in myself is my job is to arm you guys with the right information so that you guys understand what you guys are doing, so that you guys can make the right decision for your business. That's why I'll never look at Liz and be like, you should do a webinar funnel, and you know, you should do this and you should do that. My job is to just arm you guys with all of the right information so that you guys can determine what is right for you guys. And that's one of the things that you know, a lot of people are getting trapped in this like online marketing, you know, the internet marketing mindset, is that there's only one way to do things. There's obviously a lot of ways to do things, right? Because I hear this all the time, like the only way to, you know, be a millionaire or whatever is to have a high ticket offer, right? Jeff Bezos doesn't have a high ticket offer. Amazon, right? Those are all a bunch of low ticket offers. Like, so if someone says the only way to do this is, you know, to do this, then it's not the only way, right? Like there's not the only way. I mean, you know, I have a $7 offer that leads to other things. So but what I want you guys to understand is, where are you guys at in your business right now? Like, and are you doing the right marketing to be able to get to your goals as of right now, right? Because if you have a very low budget, is building a mini webinar funnel the right thing for you? Absolutely not. They're the most expensive, you know, that it takes to get them to convert. And so a lot of times when my students come into the program and they have a low budget, I just give them that $500 a month video funnel that you guys have in the $7 program. So that's what I want you guys to just start thinking about, is like, you know, am I actually doing the thing that's going to make my goals in my business with the assets that I have, right? Money's an asset, time's an asset. Do you have more time? Do you have more money? So.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Thank you so much for showing up. I know it's a busy time for you guys right now.
I just want to show you. So we are just starting our fasting here.
Oh, wow.
So they are taking a fasting right now.
Oh, well, enjoy the time with your family.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're
Bye.
very welcome.
Bye.
I love that. Let's see, Miss Liz, you're back. I see you.
Yes. Yeah, I'm here. I think things are working now.
Awesome.
Do you want me to share my screen?
Please do.
Okay. Hopefully I can find it here. Okay. Is that working?
It is.
Okay. So, all right. And I got to just get this control thing out of the way so that I can move around in here. There we go. Okay. So I'm just like so beginner and so confused. I don't even know what is going on. Like, I don't even know what the ads manager is, because when I log in, I see like different things and different places and different sites. So anyway, I somehow managed to create some ads though that didn't really do much. But this is the one I was having the issue with the Pixel.
So it says your Pixel isn't active. Is your Pixel on your website?
Okay, so this is the thing, is that I figured out somehow I have two Pixels. So are you seeing this other screen now, or this other tab?
Yep.
Okay, so the one.
So let's back up. Let's back up one step. So can you go to that little gear thing that we were on with other Scott?
Okay, I don't even know where that is. So
yep, it's on the lower left hand side.
Okay. Here?
Yep.
Okay. So yeah, I'm like so terrified of this whole interface. Like, I can never find anything. If I click something, I can't get back to where I was. Like,
I would say just go through, like in the very beginning of the program. I have a link to the Facebook advertising blueprint. It's Facebook's free course. I would just say spend a couple of hours just watching and going through all of the steps, just so that I can get familiar with it. The reason I don't have those very beginning steps in the program is, well, Facebook already created the best program for beginners, right? So I have it linked now in the home section, but let's see what's going on right here. So first of all, is this the business manager that you have everything in, or you want everything in, this unperfectionism?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
So I think the one that keeps showing up with that ad that I was running is this other one that seems to just be linked to my personal account, and then somehow I got a business one set up. I don't even know how.
But you want to use the business one. The business manager will give you tons more options than a personal ad account will. So so let's just click off of there so that we can get rid of that box. So go to the pages tab. So this is where you're just adding things to this business manager. So if you go to pages, okay, is that the page that you want to run ads with?
Yes, I think so,
Okay,
because this is the
that's
business,
perfect.
not the personal one, right?
Yep.
Okay.
And then go to ad accounts next.
Was that this?
No, ad account.
Oh, right below.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. So you'll have to add your ad account here, or you'll have to create a new one.
Okay.
Here's my recommendation. Okay. Here's my recommendation. You have your personal ad account, right? Here's what I do, and this is what I advise my clients to do. I create a new ad account here for this business manager. And then once I run my power content ads for 3 to 5 billing cycles, Facebook will then allow you to add a current or another ad account to this business manager. And then I go back and grab that personal ad account number, and then I add it to the business manager. So your personal ad account becomes an asset here inside the business manager, and therefore it will function like ad accounts that are built inside the ads manager.
Okay.
So that's my way of doing that. And then the personal ad account just kind of becomes a backup ad account.
Okay. And when you say billing 3 to 5 billing cycles, like how long is that?
That's where it varies, because Facebook bills erratically. Have you guys noticed, like one day I'll get a bill for like 25 cents, and then like the next week I'll get one for like $900, the next day $2. It's so sporadic. So I always tell people like 2 to 3 weeks. Just wait it out.
Okay. Okay. So when I'm here, you think I want to create a new ad account, and then at some point I'll be able to get back in here and
Yep. And so I would run
go
your
to
power
add.
content. I would probably just recommend that you do the very first ads that you do are power content.
Okay. Yeah. Because I mean, what I was trying to do was get people to sign up for an event that I'm doing on Friday, like a lot.
Yeah, there's no time for you to run any ads for that at this point.
Oh, okay. Because I have something that's been running and it got me some RSVPs. I don't know.
Oh, cool.
It must have been through the personal Facebook account. And that's what this was. And then I tried to like duplicate it because I was curious. I had the ad running to the Facebook event, and like people were RSVPing to the Facebook event, but they weren't necessarily.
Okay, so keep doing that. Okay. So here's why because when you have an ad running to a Facebook event, it requires 0 pixel.
Okay.
So think about this. And that's why I like teaching you guys that reverse organic ecosystem strategy. I like running ads to Facebook events because guess what? It's an on-platform action. People can't opt out of on-platform tracking. They're on the platform. And so like any time that we can do things that are on the platform, it's actually going to create a better experience for us because we won't have to rely on the Facebook pixel. And so if people are RSVPing, that actually gives you a good way to communicate with them, right? Because like you guys saw me post in the event this morning, like, hey, show up at this time, blah, blah, blah. It sent y'all all a notification. Okay. So when you use Facebook events, as long as you're creating the event with your business page, it allows you to actually run it just like an ad without having to do all of this pixel technical stuff. Like I have a Lean on Laurel client. She's a school counselor. Actually, a lot of you guys met her on the Power Content Workshop. Her name is Doreen. I created an ad strategy where she never has to build a funnel or never has to worry about doing anything with the pixel because she just wants a very simplistic way. And so that's why I like teaching you guys like very simple ways to use the Facebook platform, because this, as you guys can see, can get very technical whenever you start adding the Facebook pixel and all of that fun stuff in. So I always tell it so if like I'm a total beginner, I'm probably going to tell people to use the Facebook event and then boost it or run ads to that event. Or I'm going to say, hey, run a messenger ad so that people can, talk with you and chat versus like sending them to a funnel. So I try to get you guys to get just comfortable with the fundamentals of ads before doing anything that's too technical. Because as you can see, it can get pretty messed up very fast.
Yeah. So what I tried to do, my concern with the Facebook event ad was that people were like clicking interested, but then they weren't actually going to my website to register for the event. So it wasn't actually like getting them on my list or getting them to the event. So I was like, ooh, I want to compare it and try to see if I can run an ad to the actual.
Don't worry
website.
about getting, and I know this is going to sound so backwards. Don't worry about getting them on the list, like on your email list. Like, think about this. You can go, like, people who are interested, you can go and like just send them a message on Facebook through Messenger, say, hey, I saw that you were interested in going, you know, just wanted to let you know that, hey, if you do show up, you know, like, hey, you're going to like spark up a conversation with them. That's why I like using Facebook events, because you could see everyone who's going. Like, people are on the Facebook platform. Only 20% of people read an email. I'm not saying that email lists are useless. They're absolutely not. They're super valuable to our business. But as you're growing, like, we want to make sure that like we're using our assets that, you know, that are the easiest for us to use. And so I wouldn't worry about, well, you know, I don't want to use the Facebook event. Like, that's the fastest path for you to get people onto the event. Just post the Zoom link inside the event page, and it'll send everyone a notification.
Okay. I don't know how many more requests you have. Do you have time to look at the ad or come back to it if after other people's questions?
Yeah, let me grab Phyllis, and then if we have some time, we can come back and take a look at it. I would love to take a look at it for you.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Miss Phyllis.
Hi, I had to find my unmute button. So I don't know if it was clear. I was trying to rush and type it. So I boosted an ad for my 10-day spring detox. I think
Okay.
it was either $5 to $10 a day. It reached 146, 17 through plays, which I didn't even know until today that that's only 15 seconds of it. So yeah,
Yep.
That's why I always try to catch your calls. I always learn something. I think it's the creative.
Okay. You want to pull it up, and let's just take a look at it.
Absolutely. I have it up. What if I can find the share button? Where's my mouse? Okay, there it is. Here we go. So I turned it off because I fear wasting money. So, but then I turned it back on. I just turned it back on. So what part do you need to see?
Yep. So, okay, so this was a boosted post. So go to the ads tab at the end.
At the end, right or left? I'm still learning
just go to
ads.
the ads tab. Just go down. You see ad sets, then ads.
This?
No. Ads at the end.
I don't see it. I don't see it.
So you have your campaign level, your ad set level, and your ad level. Go to the ad level.
Let me just go back because I don't know how to get there from where I am. Sorry.
Well, you were just there. You just had to click that tab.
Oh, I suck at ads manager.
Guys, every one of you right now need to practice maneuvering the ads manager. Like, you just have to do it. You just have to. Yeah, it's a lot, I know, but like if this is gonna like work, we all have to like learn this stuff.
Right.
So you see at the top it says campaigns, ad sets, and then ads for one campaign. The ad level is there. That's all you need. That's all I need you to do is click that tab.
Okay. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. So I want you to click that box.
Which box?
Okay, click the box. There
this
you go.
Box?
Yep, and then hit preview. All you guys need to learn this. Like, if you guys are gonna come to these calls, you guys have to maneuver.
Okay.
There we go. Okay. Did everyone saw how she did that? I'm just messing with y'all. It's all good.
No. I did not know how to do that until just now. So thank you.
No, that's all. It's all good. So scroll to the top. So I'm gonna show you guys something. So you see where it says share at the top?
Yes.
Okay, click that. Okay, you probably ended up creating a dynamic ad. That's okay. Just X out of that.
I did get one message.
Yep. It says send message on it. So okay. So first of all, this is really hard to read, right? If I'm scrolling, it just like, and people these days like are so used to reading short sentences. This is a lot, right? And so like if I'm scrolling, the very first thing that I need to say, remember our very first line, what does it need to do? What does it need to do?
Needs to grab their attention.
Yes, and it needs to grab their attention and get them to say what in their head.
Yeah.
This is me right now, right? That's the whole intention of that first line of power content is it needs to, one, get their attention, and then once they read it, they need to say, this is me right now.
So I need a better
You can
hook.
do that. If you can do those two things, your ads will always win. But so think about this. That first line, it is finally spring and it's time to refresh and reset our bodies, release excess weight, balance our hormones, refresh our, that, whoa, way too, like, I don't, like, I'm already like rolling because it's too much to read, right?
Right.
Like, you know, something like, you know, spring is here, summer's on its way, and still at the same place you were at the beginning of the year when it comes to blank, or something like that, right?
Yes.
Something that would like be like, yep, this is me. I totally made a, you know, New Year's resolution, and you know,
Right.
that went out the window.
I was so worried
again,
because
it's weight loss, so you have to be careful. But
that's
what would be like, you could even turn that around third person, right? Most women over 40 made a New Year's resolution and have yet to make 1 inch of progress. You see how like that was like, yep, that's me. Like, remember that first line, we want to self-identify. Like, yep, that's me. Because if we can get them to, 1, grab their attention, and 2, self-identify, we got them.
Okay.
So that's one of the things I want everyone to practice. Like, whenever you're doing your power content, is just getting really good at getting people to stop the scroll, and in that first line, getting them to self-identify, yep, this is me, I need to watch this.
It's so, again, because of the hormone and the weight loss issue, the struggle is writing copy that won't get flagged.
That's why third person, like how I just said it, most women like first or third person.
Yeah.
If you're, you know, like, yeah, because if you're using like anything that's going to make the reader feel like you're talking to them, it's a turn off for Facebook.
Right. Awesome. So fix the copy, put it back out there. How much would you, because we start the 18th and I'm closing enrollment on the 15th, so they have time to buy groceries.
Yep, I would probably run it. How many days until?
11.
Yeah, you've got plenty of time to like redo this post really quick and just send it to your warm audience.
What would you recommend? So I'm sending it as the way I have it, but what amount per day would you recommend?
I probably do $5 a day.
$5 a day, okay. Because I did get one message, even with it being this messy.
Exactly. So what does that tell you? We optimize this, right?
Okay. Yes. All right. And I didn't have any other questions about the Facebook group thing. So I did want to clarify one thing. I followed your strategy because it hit me at the right time. Like, I'm so over free groups. I do a ton for this group, and it just made sense. So I was like, I'm just going to follow Laurel's complete strategy for this. So that's why I'm transitioning it into a paid group. And I've picked a name for it. I'm glad you said you don't call it your $7 program, because I was about to call it my $9.99 program.
No, like, I just call it because here's the thing, right? And that's something that to kind of touch on is I can call it my $7 program because I've done so much brand awareness and visibility for this program. People automatically know what it is, right? But whenever I first started, I had to give it a very clear and precise name so that it would attract my ideal audience. And so having a Facebook group is super important to know where. And if you guys haven't like gone through my Facebook group training, it's in the Lanyap section. Part of the strategy is knowing where does the Facebook group fit in your funnel. For some people, it's top of funnel. For some people like me, it's middle of funnel, right? I don't have a free, like, y'all have to, my content's my top of funnel, right? And then I bring y'all into the $7 program, and that's where my group fits into my funnel. But for someone who's trying to book calls for a high ticket program, a lot of times their Facebook group is a top of funnel strategy. So that's part of the strategy, is knowing exactly where your Facebook group fits in the overall strategy, and how you know whether or not you should have a free group or whether you should charge for it.
Right.
Yeah, like my
So-
mentor, he only has one at his high ticket. Like, so his Facebook group is bottom of funnel.
Oh, wow. So do you think the 90-day, because you were talking about the difference in funnels, one's marketing, one's sales, and I need sales. That's where I am
Yep.
because I want to eventually get into Lean on Laurel and move up that. I want to ascend.
Yep.
So do you think the 90-day marketing is the right place for me as far as building the sales funnels that I need?
So
Because
as
I need
far-
revenue.
The 90-day program is the perfect place for you to be up to a certain point, right? Because the whole point of the 90-day is to ascend you into building a funnel. But what is the very first part of the 90-day program, right? It's doing power content videos, getting people to comment, and giving them that cheat sheet, right? That takes
Right.
them to a messenger conversation. Until we can perfect this, what is this? A funnel, right? Then we
Right.
just go and build a funnel that looks like this, because then once it's time to build a funnel, we can build a high level version of this as a mini webinar that books appointments.
Nice. Perfect.
So that's what we want to do, but it's really hard. Like, a lot of times people want to go to like the funnel first. I always tell students, get comfortable doing this, because this will lead to so many conversations that's going to make this even better, because people are going to tell you things that you didn't even think about. You know,
Perfect.
we call those
Thank
like
you.
demand triggers. And then we build our mini webinar off of like demand triggers that we get from conversations that we have here. So like I would do power content, cheat sheet, and I would just enroll people into that your high ticket program, your high ticket. I know it's not super high, but I would just do this until I have 10, 20 people enrolled in that, then think about building a funnel. But I would
Yeah,
get really good at doing this, because here's the thing, think about this, and everyone think about this. What would be easier for me to get you guys into Lean on Laurel? Me putting together a mini webinar funnel, running warm traffic to my mini webinar funnel, or if you and I just have this conversation over this Zoom call right now and me telling you guys directly what I would recommend for you. It's the same idea here. What's the fastest path to cash? Conversations, right? Sometimes we build funnels to avoid having a conversation. We don't want to do that. Like, we want to make sure that we have money here. We've got really good cash flow before we go and build a funnel that's gonna take us further away from the conversation. We want to get close. We want to get as close to conversations as possible until we can't have any conversations anymore. Then we build a funnel.
Okay.
Make sense?
We just got to that part in the 90-day marketing where you're like, okay, now we're going to get people to engage. And I'm like, yes, but I'm going to try not to binge watch it today.
Yeah. And that's what's important about coming to these calls and just asking, saying, hey, and that's why like the 90-day program is really the only program that I have that's kind of done for you, but I have some done with you elements in it, right? Where I have you message me like to tell, because I want to make sure I'm very careful in my content. If you guys have noticed, like I try not to tell people this is the only way to do something, because that's very dangerous for you guys. And so that's why I don't feel like an ads program could ever be just a course, you know, because different things need, you know, different people need different things. And so that's why I like having these calls. And I tell you guys, if you're doing the 90-day, use these calls to get support for it, because, you know, we can get into some dangerous territory. And I don't like that. I don't like that for you guys. You're very welcome. I'm gonna, Liz, let's pull up your thing real quick.
Okay, perfect. Let me see if I can get to the right button here.
So guys, if you're like, if you want to know what the 90-day program is, inside the actual like $7 program, you'll see two things on the sidebars. One of them says like, do you want me to drip you a daily training or something like that? Click that, it'll take you to that page with a video. Yeah, see, that looks good. Let's take a look at it again.
What did I do?
It got my attention. I was like,
I was on
it's
preview.
pretty. Are you looking for some motivation and support when it comes to launching and growing your business? So here's my one thing. I'm just gonna give you some, like, I think this is good. It's okay. It's just okay, right? It's okay. what is the one thing, like y'all are all here to get your ads audited, right? That's the one thing that I can promise that you guys are going to leave this call with. What is the one thing that your audience is going to leave this event with?
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, it's, it's a group coaching call, and there are hot seats available for folks. So I'm glad, because it's kind of what you were describing. I'm trying to get people in to actually experience my coaching.
Yes, that is the absolute best way. Phyllis, you and I talked about that too, like having like these live like workshops, right? You guys are experiencing my coaching. Like this is the best way for anyone to experience like the power of what you actually do. And so you notice how my calls, each of these calls inside the $7 program, I have a very specific purpose for them. It helps me like help you guys like on a singular level, instead of just saying, oh, just show up. It's going to be like this open, Q&A. I would just say like what is the biggest, and that's why I poll you guys a lot, like that power content workshop. I knew that because you guys all told me we want to go deeper on power content. And so I would try to figure out what is it that your audience wants you to go deeper on.
Yeah. Because I mean, basically what I'm doing is just opening up for hot seat coaching sessions, and folks come in and they often think that they have one problem. They think that they just need to, post more on social media or something, but it's really their messaging and their niche that they're not clear about. So I kind of uncover what's going on underneath that, and they have these breakthroughs in, a 10-minute conversation. And then my call to action from that is apply to my program. And if you're the right fit, we'll do a no obligation one-to-one strategy session to dive deeper and, talk about what your next steps are and how I can support you.
So you could easily promote this by saying, is your audience not saying yes to your offer? I'm going to help you fix that in this free 60-minute hands-on training. You see how crystal clear that is?
Okay.
Like, so, like it needs to be like, because remember, we want them to self-identify.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. And then, so is this just like too much words, too many words here, do you think? Or is that?
I don't think it would have been too many words if it would have been like, if we would have had that headline hook, kind of offer. And then you say, I'm, Liz, blah, 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 blah. And in this 60-minute training, I'm going to help you, one, define what your offer actually is, two, blah, 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 blah. But you see how like we would have gone into the details of what they're going to walk away with after spending 60 minutes with you.
Oh, right. Yeah. I mean, well, it's not a training. It's like people show up and I coach them on whatever they need help with. And
right. But what are you going to coach them on after this 60-minute training? One, you're going to learn what's wrong with why people are saying no to your offer. Two, why your offer is not in front of the right people. Three, like you can almost guess the types of things that you're going to address on that call.
Okay. Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. Awesome. Thank you, Laurel. Everybody's questions have been so helpful for me today. And I know I just need to carve out the time to get in and do the training so I can actually do this right.
Here's the thing, any of you guys don't even have to ever upgrade to my other program if you guys do a couple of things. One, watch one training, implement. If things don't go the way that you want them to, use the Q&A or come to these calls. Hands down, I've put this, everything, every resource that you have in a high ticket, actually, probably some of you guys experience more than you have gotten previously in a high ticket program with this $7 program. And that's my goal. So definitely just use all the resources. It's here. I'm here. My team is here for support. As long as you guys utilize it, watch the video, show up. I'll show it for you guys. I got to go though. My students are waiting for me on the other Zoom call. But I will see you guys on the next one. I'll see you guys.
Thanks, Laurel.
Yep.
So
Cheers,
much.
guys.